All right, boys, listen up, please. Listen up. Now, we're here in Monaco, but it's very important that we remember we're here to play football. We're 90 minutes away from the last 16 of the Champions League. I don't need you getting distracted by all the glitz and glamour of this place, all right? So you go and warm up. I'm just going to throw a quick bet on.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 10, Episode 9 today. It is our big chance to get into the Champions League round of 16. We are 1-0 up going to Monaco. We just need to defend well, and we could get ourselves into that last 16. And there's not too much to catch you up on off the field. Only Cernic requesting a transfer, which is fine. Not quite been the player I was expecting, and he was only cheap anyway, so that's absolutely fine if he wants to go. One game to catch you up on the pitch. That was against Gorica in the league, so let's go see how that went. We took an early lead when Turpic picked out Skoko. And it was 2-0 when Kovacic crossed for Turpic. But a Taninsky own goal made it 2-1 at half-time. Cernic found Kovacic unmarked to steal the points. Before it was Cernic again who found Holt for our fourth. So this was before Cernic requested the transfer. It was over, I think, about playing time was what it was over. And I tried to give him some game time here. He still wasn't happy and then requested the transfer. So, yeah, he came off the bench, though, did quite well. It was a comfortable enough win. We did score 2 times late on, which makes it look maybe a little bit more comfortable than the scoreline was before that. But I think you can see with, XG, we had the chances, we had all the possession, and yeah, it was only an own goal that sort of denied us a clean sheet as well. So that's that quick update of the league table. And we can see there, I think it's a 34 or 36 game season. It must be 36 with 9 teams, wouldn't it? So 12 games to go. A 6-point lead is nice, but certainly not insurmountable by those chasing us. And yeah, Hajduk and Osijek there as well, though I think we'd be annoyed if we lost a 9-point gap to Osijek at this point, wouldn't we? So that's that quick update of the league leads, which you haven't checked in a little while. Madzar is up there now in the golden boot. We've got all 3 of the top average match ratings. No one in the top of the assists, which is unlike us. Then man of the matches, Kovacic leads the way. Pinter leading the way on clean sheets. Who are these defensive gems we've got this season? And Torres is up there for the worst discipline in the league, which is what's nice to be represented sometimes, isn't it? So let's have a look and see what we're doing here against Monaco. We're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them. Everybody's inverted and inside and all that kind of stuff. So the plan here is to push up, keep them out wide, sort of stop them from cutting in, and hopefully defend well. So Pinter in goal, Sanchez, Monsalvo, and Butchman will be the back 3. Torres and Dominicano are the width. Sitho, Montel, and Palumbo in midfield, with Mezzaleni and Bertic leading the line. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. It's going to be more or less the same teams as the first leg, because obviously you can't register anybody new. The second game today, what do we want to say here? I think we want to try and maybe start again, don't we? So we've stressed out the goalkeeper, but there we go, he's motivated now. So hopefully it'll be the first leg of the next round. If not, it'll be a league game, and I forgot to check who we're playing, but hopefully we won't have to worry. Now, I do need to quickly thank a channel member who has upgraded, so thank you very much to Alex Wallach. I think I pronounced that correctly, though almost certainly not. Yeah, greatly appreciated, mate. Thank you so much. And as I've said before, if you're able to and you enjoy the content, there's a link in the description for Patreon. The channel membership thing is down there as well, along with a link to all the social media stuff is there as well. So yeah, anyway, massive thank you, Alex. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, well, we need to defend properly here, don't we? The first goal could be very important. There's a big difference between 1-1 and 2-0, and I know I, for one, would very much like it to be 2-0 before it's 1-1, or instead of 1-1. We've got a highlight here. Sanchez to Dominicano. It's towards the back post. Mezzaleni is there. Is he onside? It was a looping cross. And Mezzaleni, who's not necessarily great in the air, I don't think, is he? And I don't know how he got there first. The goalkeeper could surely have come and got this. It's a very, very early goal. It's just floated in. Goalkeeper is in no man's land. He's completely misread it. So that kind of explains what's happened some way. But that is huge. What a time to score. Hopefully knock the stuffing out of them for the game. Now, if we get a third, then I think we do start planning our trip for the next game. But we've got work to do here first. Oh, was that a save? Or was it post? It's a save. What a save by Pinter. Fernandez now with a corner. Can we get that away? Pinter's coming for it. Oh, he got there as well with a punch, and he sent us on the break. 2-on-2 at the back, although they are retreating very quickly. And they do indeed nick it back off of Bertic. So, we are not doing particularly well in terms of possession, which isn't a terrible deal as long as they're not doing much with it. And it looks like, so far, they're not. Now, the issue, of course, is that if we're chasing the ball around, there's a risk of us getting tired. But this is a pretty fresh team, you know, like we've rotated almost, I think, all the outfield players anyway. So, not loving the fact that 2 of our 3 defenders at the back are looking nervous and apprehensive, but anyway. Let's just keep this going. We don't want highlights are overrated. I've always said that. Very happy just to sit here and let you talk amongst yourselves while nothing happens, but something unfortunately for us is happening now. And there is over the top. Always going over that one, wasn't it? Certainly Pinter didn't look overly concerned. Let's just keep praising. You wouldn't accuse the match ratings of being brilliant. There's certainly a couple of players that are playing well. The wide players look like they're having good days out. That's pretty much it. And just Mazzoleni with his goal. So, what do we say to that? I think we've got to keep going with don't get complacent, don't we? Because, let's be honest, we've not had much of the ball. So, we definitely need to keep our focus up. I'm wondering what could we try and do to get more possession here? Do we sit deeper? But that, I don't know that necessarily works. I wonder if we just lean into it and just pass it into space, and if they got possession, maybe try and try and get it in behind them. Slightly more direct. I shouldn't play around with this because I don't necessarily know how to set a team up to play on the break. But I'm thinking, oh, here we go, Mazzoleni over a free kick. It's off the post. Oh, that was... I mean, they've had a very good save from Pinter, but that was our goalkeeper getting in the way, not the post. All right, let's keep praising. Yeah, my thought is that if we're high up the pitch anyway, closing them down, if we get it and sort of, ping it over them a little bit, maybe it doesn't work quite as well as if than if you're sitting deep up. Bertic is continuing to struggle this, since he came back from injury. Really, Pinter with a save. So I think we've got to take him off. We've got Madzar who's scoring for fun. I think we've got to make that sub. We've got a corner to defend. It is away, and the highlight ends. We've got more defending to do. Montel reads it nicely. All right, now's a chance to get them on the break. Montel getting clear of the defense. Mazzoleni getting closed down. Gets it wide for Dominicano. That's a tough one to say. Back in for Torres. Oh! Torres with a golden chance to wrap it up for us. And you'd expect him to. He's a goal-scoring machine. And he's just smashed it past the post, hasn't he? Goalkeeper's not getting anywhere near that. All right. I don't really want to take Palumbo off because he's a team leader. I think he's a team leader. I think he's captain. I should probably know who my captain is, shouldn't I? Sithole gets it wide. Nicely done there for Torres. And that is nicked off Palumbo's head. Oh, Sanchez has sold himself up the river. And we get back. It's still danger. And it's 2-1 on aggregate. 1-1 on the night. All right. I think we are going to take Palumbo off. We'll get Haim Raz on for him. Monsalvo's not having a great game in the heart of the defense. And Crespi is fairly solid in there. So maybe we look to make that change as well. And we've got a highlight. I would love us to get... Oh, Sithole under pressure. Does well. Raz. Back to Butchman. Butchman wide for Torres to Montel. Montel's in. Montel has scored! His third of the season. It's 2-1 on the night. 3-1 on aggregate. And is that the goal that will send us into the next round? Oh, that was good. Montel made it. It's a really good run, isn't it? Just into the channel there. Across the goalkeeper. It's wonderful football from Montel. And we are back in front. On the night, we've got our 2-goal lead back, I suppose. We were always in front in the tie. Can we go and close this down now? We've got another corner to defend. Into the near post, and that is over. Oh, that's maybe more good luck than good management, that one, isn't it? Let's give them some praise. Try and get them going here. We are coming in towards stoppage time. We do not need them scoring a goal now. That would just be unnecessary stress on all of us. It's away, but not very far, and it is! It is in, and in the 88th minute, they've pulled it back to 2-3 on aggregate. Oh. It was a decent header away by Sanchez, but only as far as the man on the edge of the box. Sanchez did his best to block it again. Pinter couldn't get across. Let's go back to balanced. Let's praise... Oh. Butchman half clear. This is very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. We're not learning our lesson on the edge of the area. Is that the goalkeeper up? Shoot! Shoot, Madzar! Shoot! Shoot, Madzar! Shoot, Madzar! He does! Oh, he's hit the crossbars! Mezzaletti! Oh, don't take it off! What? How have we not scored? I need a minute. How have we not scored? All right, 1 second. All right, now... We are closing it down. A little bit of an unfortunate thing. Apparently, we've made all our subs. I must have made 3 stoppages, not 2. So Di Dominicano has to stay on, despite the fact he's not really a defensive fullback. I really wanted to bring Holt on for him. But we're into stoppage time. I've just about recovered from somehow not scoring, despite the fact there was no goalkeeper. Let's hope that that doesn't come back and haunt us. The clock is now ticking down. It's ticking down. Blow it up, ref, whenever you're ready. There it is. Oh, that was tense, wasn't it? So 2-2 on the night. The opposite sort of game I wanted. I would have loved a 0-0 on that one, or a nice little 1-0 for us. But we've got through 3-2. We're into the next round. Oh, I need a rest after that. So first leg triumph helps Jarun past Monaco. We're into the next round. Money in the bank. It'll be more money in the bank as well now, of course. And that is that. The draw is coming up shortly. So we'll be back for that after the ads. Please watch them. All right, welcome back. And here we go. We are in the draw for the last 16. We have not been seeded, obviously, because we didn't win a group. So, I mean, the unseeded teams are scary. Oh, I don't know how to see these seeded. Who do we want here? Probably Milan, Napoli, maybe Bayer Leverkusen. Anybody else there is a little bit terrifying, isn't it? We did okay versus Man City in the league phase, but they've been taken away. So Man United, Man City would have been a good one, but they get Barcelona, Chelsea get Arsenal, Rennes get Bayer Leverkusen, Juventus get Napoli, Real Madrid get Bayern, has a cracking tie, get Bayern Munich. We will have, well, we did okay against them. That's being generous, isn't it? But yeah, well, there it is. Is it the worst draw we could have got? It's certainly up there, isn't it? So, first leg should be fun. Alright, now before we get to this, 1 or 2 things to catch you up on. The first thing I thought that might be of interest is to have a look at the other European competitions, because it's going quite well. If you have a look at the Europa League, we can see here that Aussie got through. They will be facing Everton, so they'll do well to get through again. And then in the Conference League, now remember when we had 5 teams get into the league phase? We've still got 2 going here as well. Rijeka will face Valencia, Hajduk will face FC Köln. Now, that's going to be tricky for everybody. I think we might all crash out in the next couple of weeks here, but that's good for the coefficient points, isn't it? Now, the other thing to catch you up on is the game in the league against, it was Rijeka. Obviously, they're in the middle of a European campaign, as are we. So let's see whose second strings did the best. We took an early lead when Siraj's shot was turned in by Raz. And it was 2-0 at half-time when Bertic played in Turpic. Before Kovacic added a third late on. So it was fairly comfortable for the entire game. We got an early goal, 2-0 up at half-time, and I never really looked back. Now, one thing that has happened without my knowledge, and I've noticed it happens quite a bit in this version of the game, Turpic is leaving. His contract was up at the end of this year. I knew that. I was trying to renew with him, and he wasn't really playing ball on that front. And when I went to offer him another contract, he is off to Aussie. So, sorry, mate. We will try and get you back at some point. But, yeah, that is a little disappointing, obviously. But it's a Yag that's out, and we'll have to deal with it as best we can. But Paris Saint-Germain, what could possibly go wrong? We did okay against them, didn't we, in the group phase or league phase? So we know what to expect, a 4-3-3, similar, actually, to how what we saw, who are they called? Monaco doing against us. Now I need to somehow get back to team selection. There we go. So this is the team that we're sending out. Crespi's got a heavy match. I think I prefer Crespi to Monsalvo in the... Maybe we don't. I wonder if we take it off of ball playing. I wonder if that's part of the issue. Anyway, so Pinter in goal, Sanchez, Monsalvo, Butchman, Torres, Di Dominicano. I was toying with the idea of putting Holt in as perhaps a better defensive player, but 12 in positioning of 12 versus 12 in positioning of 13. He's actually not, too bad defensively. So, although is he going up, what's his marking if he's going up against Mbappe at some point? His marking's not great. I mean, to be fair, Holt isn't a great deal better. So anyway, we'll go with that. Sithole, Montel, Palumbo, and then Mazzoleni and Medzar. We're going to give him a game. Lacko is back, but obviously lacking match sharpness, so he could come off the bench, as could Bertic. But yeah, that's the starting 11 that we're going with. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It looks like a similar-ish sort of side to what we faced when we played them in the league phase. Now, what we've done from the start this time is we have we've man marking both the wide players with our wingbacks. So hopefully, yeah, that'll help shut them down a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. Because we did, I think, once we sort of half closed down Mbappe in that league game, we did do a lot better, I thought. So yeah, let's hope that is the case here. Ultimately, we just want to be in the tie when we go back to their place. Yeah, could we maybe catch them taking us a little bit lightly? Maybe potentially we could, but I mean, on a normal day, and unfortunately for us, it's not a one-off game. It is over 2 legs. You would expect them to just have a little bit too much for us. But like I've said before, we are actually a decent team. We have good young players. And I think we're almost at the point where we need to sort of stop looking at it as sort of Jarun versus Paris Saint-Germain as it would be in real life. That sort of massive gap. And it is probably a little bit more closer than that. I'd say we're probably, and correct me if you think this is wrong, but would we be more of like a Porto or a Benfica level in real life? Like a good team of good young players as that hits the post. That's, I think, sort of where I see us right now, as that is... To be fair to Sithole, under pressure in his own penalty area, pretty good. So, they are dominating possession, as we would maybe expect them to do. Sithole on a booking is obviously not ideal. And that's a penalty, I think. Torres did not need to do that. And I am fairly sure that Torres was in the box. Oh, he wasn't. Well, we'll take it. Can we defend the free kick now? Let's maybe do that as well, just to try and keep things a little bit tighter at the back. But they are absolutely dominating. 70% possession. We've had one shot ourselves, and we've got a corner to defend. It is up rather than away, and it's still not clear. Can Monsalvo get... Oh. I think we know what this is going to be, don't we? That was so soft. He didn't even need to go in. The ball was already gone. All right, Pinter. He's not a good penalty saver, but can he stop Mbappe? Oh, he can! Pinter! Well, he just saves the really big ones, apparently. All right, we've got a corner. Can we get this away? It's away by Sithole, was it? Or Monsalvo. Madzar is putting some pressure on, and that is the end of that highlight. So Pinter, is he keeping us in the tie? Almost certainly, judging by the possession and the penalty save. Let's keep encouraging us. And well, this is dangerous as well, isn't it? Mbappe again. Oh, it's pinged off everything, and I think Pinter has somehow kept it out before it's cleared behind for a corner. I'm going to say that this isn't quite working right now, is it? Let's try trapping them inside. we need to try and find some way of, I mean, even if they're going to be dominant, which you would expect them to be. Here we go with Madzar. He's got a little bit of space. He gets on the outside. No, it's nicked off his toe. And I'm assuming it's not going to count because I've never seen one count yet. In how many years has this been going, the goal line technology? I wonder if another thing we could do is maybe turn them around again. Try and pass into space. It's one of these, isn't it, where we've just got to find a way to disrupt them and have a threat of our own. And as of right now, we've not really done either of those things, it must be said. We'll encourage them. And we've got a free kick. Montel to the back post. It's a really good header and a decent save as well. And, I mean, this would be a great time for one to be given. It was Butchman's header, it looks like. And again, it is not going to count. Has anybody ever had a goal line technology given as a goal? I mean, what do we say to that? Just relax, I guess. I mean, I don't really want them to relax, but we've got to try something. We've got to keep our focus up. But yeah, maybe there is a bit of pressure on us. And taking some of that off will just help us keep possession a little bit better. But Madzar doesn't quite look up to this, does he? So let's get Lacko on. We were never going to get 90 minutes out of Lacko, I wouldn't have thought. But Sanchez, can he stop? He does enough, and Pinter's there. All right, so Madzar is off. Lacko is back, and he is on. Let's encourage us. And let's see if... I mean, Lacko, we know Lacko's very, very good in front of goal. So there is maybe a chance there. Palumbo is not having a great game, so we'll get Raz on for him. We know Raz has a bit of an aerial threat as well. And I wonder Torres for Kovacic might be one as well, because Kovacic tends to do well if the other dude is not. And yeah, Sithole running around in there on a booking. He's been on a booking for a long time too, hasn't he? I think that the major problem we have is we don't really have a Sithole replacement. There's other players that can go in there as Butchman is beaten by Rice. Oh, that's going to get given, isn't it? Surely not. All right, if you've got something, cross it. I thought that was okay. Again, it looked like the ball went where it needed to go. Let's hope the ref sees it the same way that I did, in my unbiased opinion, of course, and he's given a penalty. It was a hard tackle. Can Pinter, I mean, he'd be an absolute hero at this point. And no, he dives the wrong way. And we are 1-0 down. I mean, to give us credit, the only chances that we've really conceded have been the penalties, which is frustrating, obviously, but it could be worse. Who else do we have on the bench? Montel's not having a great game, so let's try Skoko. This could be our last sub, so I probably needed to... Yeah, that was silly. Probably needed to pause it when I did that. It looks as though we've responded well to going behind. Can we get maybe an equalising goal? Lacko down to Mezzaleni, to Di Dominicano. Di Dominicano, nice ball for Lacko. He can get there, he can. Lacko's in. Lacko! Oh, what a match-sharp Lacko. What a match-sharp Lacko have stuck that chance away. Viewers Player of the Year, should say that as well, because it may not go well for us this tie. Certainly losing at home, if that's what's going to happen here, is not great. So yeah, we'll need to get that list together. So don't forget to nominate your Viewers Player of the Year, whoever you think has been our best or your favourite player this season. And what we don't need is a second goal here going in, and somehow we've managed to keep that out, and it goes behind for a corner. Come on, boys. Let's get this clear. Butchman again. Butchman's not having a particularly strong season for us, which is surprising given he was so good when he first came in. So 6 minutes of stoppages to go. Is there anything in this one for us? Doesn't look like it, does it? I mean, 1-0 is not the worst, but it's going to be very difficult to go to Paris and win. It's that simple, isn't it? We probably needed... Did they do themselves proud? I mean, you've lost 1-0 to Paris. That's not terrible, is it? So youthful Jarun come unstuck. It is Pinter on 11 saves. What a game he had. Yeah, not bad for an unhappy player either. But guys, that is it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We'll be back for Paris in the second leg. And then in all likelihood, we'll be hosting Hajduk. It could be the first leg of a quarter-final, but I think we'd all be a little bit surprised by that, wouldn't we? But you never know. We'll give it our best chance, put our best team out there and see what happens. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bell, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.